Hey guys, it's Miss Miller, your favorite photo teacher. Today we're going to do a tutorial called a weave or a scribble. So we're going to basically take an image like this that you see over here on the left, my left, and we're going to transform it into something over here on the right where it kind of looks like it's been drawn or sort of scribbled and parts of it are missing. And I think it's pretty cool and it's pretty easy to do. And this one isn't as long and I think as complicated as some of the other ones, so hopefully you'll enjoy doing this one. The first thing you need to do is you need to have an image similar to this. Girls, this is, any sort of website, fashion website would do, where you could find an image like this, like a model. I got this from the Anthropology website. Boys, if you want to go to some sort of sports website and maybe download an action shot or one of your favorite athletes or something like that, that's something you could do. Let me know and I'll show you how to save the picture off the internet. It's pretty easy to do. So the first thing we need to do is we need to select this figure and be able to move it without its background into another document. So we're going to use your all-time favorite selection tools. I know y'all love those. And I think the easiest one to use for most people is the quick selection. So just grab the quick selection. Oops, it's not working because I have it on the wrong thing. And you just kind of, what we want to do is select the background. And, again, it takes a little getting used to doing it. And then if you find that your selection selects too much, you can go back and fix it. Let me finish this up. So it looks like I selected a little bit too much of her face. So if you go over here to the tool option menu bar, you can subtract from the selection. So if I click that icon and sort of move it along her face, I can sort of push the selection back more into the background. So just kind of try to refine your selection. It doesn't have to be perfect for our purposes. So after you're done with your selection, let me fix this a little bit more on her face. There we go. You want to go to select and then inverse, so that way it selects the figure. So now just our figure is selected, and you've done this before. We're going to go up to the layer menu, sorry that's my dog whining in the background, and go to new layer via copy. So again, if you hide the background layer, you can see that our layer is just selected, and we'll use just this layer to move it into another document. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to go up to File, and we're going to create a new document. So select that, and plug in for the width 1280, and then for the height 1024, and then just leave the resolution at 72. And we're only doing this because this is just practice. If you wanted to use one of your own images, then I would recommend doing the resolution at 300. But for just getting images off the internet, we're just going to stick to 72, and then hit OK. So you have your background that you're going to add to. Alright, and our next step is we're going to use something called the gradient tool. So this might be hidden under your paint bucket tool. So just click on that little arrow in the corner and select the gradient tool. Now, it's up to you what kind of gradient you want to use. There are different ways to use this. If you click on, this is the tool option bar, and then you click on this little arrow here, and then you click on this little wheel or circle here, you might want to select the large list, and And then there are different variations. Right now I have it on photographic toning, but I could change it to color harmonies, and it will ask you replace current gradient with gradient from color harmonies, and you can say okay. And then these are different ones that you can play around with. But basically what you do when you select one is you select it, and then you just kind of drag it, the mouse across the way you want the gradient to go. So I'm just going to kind of move it up. So that's a really colorful one. And then you know, depending on what direction you go, it kind of changes. So you can do this multiple ways. I'm not going to pick something so colorful, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to select the photographic toning, and you might want to look at all these. There's metals, there's special effects, but I'm going to use photographic toning, and I'm going to select this blue. Oh wait, what did I select before? I really liked it. I'll just do the blue. There. And then again, if you don't like how it went, you can keep going in the direction. I want it to be a little bit more uniformed. It's not dark enough. There, that looks good. Then what you're going to do is you're going, here, let me stop it for a minute so you can, you're going to go down here and do a new layer and make sure that layer is highlighted. Then you actually are going to go over here to the tool box, and you are going to use the paint bucket tool. So click on the gradient tool, select the paint bucket tool, make sure you go down here and that your foreground color is black. If it's not, just click this little icon here and it should reset. And then you're just going to kind of click in there and it should fill it with black. And then you're going to go to Filter, and you want to select Noise. Now make sure, if someone has used noise before, don't do Add Noise. Go down to Noise where you can actually change or put in certain measurements. So go to Noise, then Add Noise, and you want it set at amount 50%. You want to make sure that uniform is selected or is checked, and that monochromatic is checked as well. And once you've done that, hit OK. Now in layer 1, you want to go up to your blending mode. This is again where it says normal, and you're going to select linear dodge. Alright, and so it should sort of look like a speckled texture over your background color that you just created. And then you want to lower your opacity of this layer to about 40%. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drag your picture into this background. So it should already be open. So again, go up to Window, Arrange, and then float all in Windows so you can see both of your images at the same time and sort of arrange your workspace. So activate your model image, and again, make sure you're in the copy layer or layer 1. Don't be in the background layer. And then you're going to grab your move tool, and then you're going to click and drag or whatever over. Alright, and we're done with that, so we can just close this layer, or close this picture, sorry. And then she's a little small, so we're going to do Edit Transform. So you go up here to Edit, Transform, And what do you think we're going to select? Scale. Alright, so let's make her a little bit larger so she doesn't get too distorted. I'm going to try to pull from the corner so that she stays proportioned instead of like, you know, pulling down too much and stretching the figure out. So try to think about keeping it in proportion. And just take your time, you know, you can keep moving it. And then hit enter to confirm the change. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a new layer. So just go down to your layer palette and click the new layer icon. And then you're going to select your brush tool. And then again, make sure your foreground color is set to black. You're going to go up here to your tool option menu bar, and you're going to click on this arrow to change your brush size. So mine's already set, but you want to put your size to 1 pixel. So you might just go ahead and just type in 1, easier. And then make sure the node is normal. Make sure the opacity is set to 100. The flow is set to 100. And your hardness should be set. You should move the slider all the way up to 100. And what you're basically going to do is just make lots of scribbles. Okay, and I know you're like, oh my god, what is she doing? And you're just really going to cover this with scribbles. So I'm going to do a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of show you the effect, and then let you kind of finish this off. So let me kind of do this pretty quick. And again, you know, it's just scribbling, so and then what you want to do is move that layer and move it below the model layer, and then you're going to click on the model layer, and then you're going to hit Control-Alt-G, which creates a clipping mask. And so what you start to see is, I probably didn't make enough scribbles, but you can see wherever I'm scribbling, it's revealing the model. So I'm going to go back to my layer 3, and then I still have the brush tool, and then just keep coloring it in, and this will take some time and until you start to reveal the figure. So I paused it and scribbled so you can kind of see how it's starting. So I didn't mean to do that. To kind of emerge. So I'll do a little bit more, and you just kind of have to, you're going to have to scribble a lot. So this isn't going to take like a minute for you guys to do. You're probably going to have to scribble this in for at least a good, maybe really 10 minutes or so to really perfect it. So hopefully you can really start to see how it emerges. Don't worry about the edges or going outside, because we'll use our eraser tool to fix that. So I scribbled in a little bit more, and I'm just going to keep pausing it and scribbling it until I get it the way I want, and then sort of reveal to you like how it should look and how you can polish it up with the eraser tool. It's kind of fun. Okay, and then once you've kind of gotten your scribbling in, you want to select the eraser tool, and then again you kind of want to pick an eraser. It's not too big or too small, and then you can go around and sort of clean up these edges a little bit like I'm doing. Just make sure you're in that scribble layer that you just made and sort of clean it up. And there you have your scribble or weave picture. So when you're done with this, call me over, show it to me, and we might crop it, and I'll show you how to